am Dinara with Exotical Back Collective. Well, today's live, I wanted to talk about a little bit on how my beauty, mood, mountains in my life, and plus how exotical haters are boosting my views, and also how exotical haters are also boosting my Patreon as well. Like, I have gotten so more than 17 here, 250 a month, and we are so lit in there. Like, I have two separate Discords, one for the virtual oasis, and then also one for my highest tier. But anyway, let's get into this video. I want to say that I think about how my beauty has given me so much pretty privilege. Not even pretty privilege, like, it's just like opportunities. Like the opportunities that I've had, like the opportunities of getting a job, like straight off the rip, like one look at me and bam, I have a job. Like, that's the power of beauty. You can get more money and you can get more opportunities, like financially, emotionally, physically, psychologically, like even romantically. Like, there's so many aspects where like beauty is power. And I think in tune with their own beauty lack this power, and the women that lack this power invest in their own beauty. And that's why it's very important as a woman that if you are making an income, at least 40% of your income is going towards your beauty routines, like, the products that work for you the best. And this is the thing, I've never been afraid or ashamed of splurging products sustaining my beauty. Not only sustaining my beauty, but also going to have like a long effect, like a long-term effect. And I have found myself even considering getting a certain special IV drip, and I will be talking about this in my Discord today. I'll be presenting this to the people in both of my Discords today. But I genuinely feel like getting the hydration IV drip definitely works for me, and it also boosts my immune system. Hey love, hey blonde butter babes, hey. And I want to give a huge, oh yeah, thank you for letting me know. Can you hear me better now? Let me know if you guys can hear me better now. Does this sound better? So like I was saying, I have previously, like the past 8 months, I have been investing in hydration IV drips with different vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C and D complex. And I have seen a difference in the softness of my skin, the texture of my skin. And I've also been investing in collagen IV drips as well. And sometimes these sessions can take up to 35 minutes, 35 to like 65 minutes, depending on what exactly am I getting. But I have realized that investing in my health has really opened up the door for many other opportunities, because you guys got to realize when you're eating healthy, like, you're getting more energy naturally. And that's one thing I've realized. I have more energy. I have more energy to handle and tackle the tasks of the day. Not only the tasks, but also having time to do what I want to do. Like, I feel like some people are just eating all these fast foods and not really paying attention to what they're consuming. And they're getting bigger and bigger. That back is spreading wider and wider. And they're like, oh my, I can't fit this shirt anymore. Yeah, fuck's sake. You need to slow the fuck down on what you're gorging into your fucking mouth. But anyway, I think it's very important for us to exercise, for us to pay attention to our diets, and we should do it individually If you want to work with people collectively, that's great, but always consider your individual needs. But I digress. So, one of the other topics that I wanted to about in this live is that how your beauty is currency. When you walk into a room, your outfit walks in first. From head to toe, people are looking at you, they're observing you, they're gazing over your physique. They're trying to, you got to realize when you go into these upper echelon, luxurious spaces, people are observing you. Like, even if you don't think people are watching, they are watching. And that's very important for us to realize and understand that historically, women have been using their beauty, in some cases, even weaponizing their beauty to get their needs met and their desires also fulfilled. And it's important for us to be in tune with our beauty, because when a woman is in tune with her beauty and she's in tune with the fact that nobody can jock my style, nobody can, emulate or duplicate me, then that's when you genuinely have won. You're not worried. Hey, love. Hey. You're not worried about everybody's, impression of you. Hi. I hope you hear. I hope you heard me saying hi. But overall, I think it's very important for us to realize that we only need internal validation. We don't need external validation. We don't need this external gratification from these women who think that they're the so-called blueprint. I don't need your validation. I'm so sorry. I don't need it. Like, I genuinely don't. And when you don't, that makes you a quadruple threat. Like, you don't understand the amount of power it takes an individual to times their validation is not even worth it. Yes, thank you so much for making that, known in the comments. That is so true. Let me even talk about that, for example. Like, there was a point in time where I was insecure and I wanted to be validated on how beautiful my hair was. Okay, like, y'all, don't blame me. Don't get on me, okay? This was the young B Madame, okay, before she became the boss bitch babe that had two businesses, okay, and that traveled seasonally for fun. I'm currently on a trip in Dubai, and it's so beautiful here, and I'm just so happy. And this is another thing I wanted to say, too, as well. Your dreams, like, when you're telling people your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, and, like, they're shitting on it, or they're trying to rain on your parade, like, girl, don't even fucking worry about that shit. Like, when I tell you the best validation that you could ever receive is from yourself, because when I tell you the longest relationship you're going to have with yourself is with yourself. So, like, you might as well make it count. You might as well give yourself the credit that is due. You might as well pat yourself on the back. And that's something that I have learned how to do, is to pat myself on the back and let myself know that, hey, I did a good job today. Like, I didn't allow people to break me down. I did not allow people to stop me from pursuing my goals. And that's the thing. You must covet and gatekeep your ambition. I know this is crazy. I know some people are going to be in shock and all, but you must covet and you must gatekeep your beauty routines and, how the way that you move through life, because some women are going to want to emulate you down to the molecule. And you're going to be like, why can't this person be their authentic self? Is because they don't see their own beauty. And one thing I want to say is I have been blessed to be able to see my own beauty and to see the beauty in others. And that is truly a gift, to be able to recognize your own beauty, because there's women that go through their entire lives not recognizing their beauty, not recognizing their inherent intrinsic worth that is priceless. And that's one thing I want to reach everybody today. Your beauty is priceless as an exotical, because guess what? There is nobody that looks exactly like you, unless it's like your immediate family member. Like, you know what I mean? But there's no one that looks exactly like you. And that's the thing. Having unique beauty makes you exclusive. Being an exotical makes you exclusive. The E in exotical is exclusive. We're all exclusive to our own kind of beauty. And we must unpack our beauty on our own timeline. And I'm so irritated with women trying to force women to go into these certain, to like try to conform to these certain beauty standards, because it's not even like helping nobody. It's not helping, it's not helping nobody. To be fair, I regret telling people my goals since it's bigger than their incompetent selves. Yeah, and you gotta realize some people, they are very closed-minded, and some people are so focused on their own reality and their own lives that they can't even, like, reach that place, like, mentally. It's really out of their mental grasp, the conceptions and the visuals that you might be trying to interpret to them. They might not get it because they're like, oh, that doesn't seem right. But then when you put it on, oh, then they admire you. Oh, then they give you your credit in these half-assed comments or even backhanded comments as that. But that's one thing I wanted to tell you guys. Every beautiful woman that has made an impact, that has been known over years and years and decades and centuries, they have been radical in their acceptance and embracing their true beauty, their unique beauty, or even their enhanced beauty. You've got to realize that. The beauty must come from within and without. Beauty is internal just as it is external. Madam, it is so true. On gatekeeping, beauty routine, and product, etc. They can even expose your skills to weaponize, plus sell out products out of spite when they can't suit and work with the colors. Yeah, that's another thing that I want to say as well. There are one thing that I had realized, when I was younger, because I remember the very first time that I got this lipstick, and I've had this lipstick since I've been 16 years old, guys, and it's from MAC Beauty, okay? MAC Beauty, okay? And I still have this lipstick to this day. This lipstick is still working, and I'm 25 years old. So that should let you know how good of a company MAC is. People who mocked my style as gothic, etc., just show they cannot pull an intense beauty, especially I'm a dark winter, both intense and bold. I love that, Rogue Vixen. And another thing about me, I love a dark red, and that's what my MAC Bullet lipstick is. It's called Carnivorous. I don't give a damn. Y'all can sell it out all you fucking want to, okay? I know how to make lipstick on my own. My friend has a actual beauty company, and she sends me beauty products on a monthly basis. So I just want to let you guys know that in advance. It's okay. Go ahead. Try it. I want you guys to try that one because that's like a dark red, like a cherry red. Planning to get Ruby Woo after getting Diva. Wow, those are beautiful. Those are beautiful. First and foremost, wow. But one thing I want to say is I've always been the type of exotical that likes to do all aesthetics. Like, I can fit every aesthetic. I just make it work for myself. And that's another thing. Your creativity as an exotical can also be villainized. And what do I mean by villainized? A lot of women who cannot assume the position of an aesthetic as good as you can, or cannot pull it off as good as you can, or effortlessly as they think they can. Like, do you see how other people's mental illnesses can be projected onto us, and they deflect the fact that they haven't tapped into this unbridled potential that they actually see? Yes, this helps a lot as I am in fashion. I don't give a fuck now. Like, this is the thing, like, understand, like, we all have a specific vision, if that makes sense. If you see how they dress, that's how they think. That's also another thing as well. Some people don't know how to take me because I switch up my style so much. Like, one day I could be wearing all black, And then one day I could be wearing all white, and then another day I could be wearing all pink, all red, and then one day it can be under the sea themed, and then another day I could just be like a Disney princess, because that's how I feel and that's how I want to look. And then another day I can be bimbo, and another day I can be office siren, you know what I mean? And then I could be preppy, and then I could be anime manga baddie, like, there's never a limit to like my creativity and the things that I like to do. But do I feel like my fashion sense can be thought provoking? Yes. And when an exotical embarks on their own path and they're a trailblazer in fashion or a trailblazer in the cosmetic industry, let's be honest, Rihanna is a trailblazer. And yeah, dominantly vampire and coquette. I love that. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. But I've also like gothic cottagecore. I don't know if you've ever noticed the gothic cottagecore can also be seen on a lot of red carpet. Like what was the last theme? The last theme was dandy, I think. For what is it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to figure out what this event is called. That's crazy how it slipped my mind. If I, oh yeah, the Met Gala. I'm sorry, guys. The themes at the Met Gala, how it was dandy. Like, I genuinely enjoy embodying hyper feminine, like a mix of hyper masculine but hyper feminine, like an androgynous style, because I feel like women just don't have, like, women worldwide just don't have this one preset. And I think it's very beautiful when we blend and mix these different aesthetics together, because you gotta realize bohemian can be grunge and luxurious, but then bohemian can also have a flair of cottagecore in some type of ways. Like whether it's jewelry pieces or a little bit of, like, ruffles or pleats or like chiffon or what's the other one? Tulle. Different things, different elements. And one thing I realized is that I like soft fabrics on my skin because that makes me feel good, and I like to have really nice natural skincare and natural, medicinal body wash and things of that nature, because prioritizing my health comes first, and I feel like I have a clean beauty aesthetic first before any aesthetic. And when you learn your own beauty standard, that's when you win. That's when you become your own it girl. That's when you become her in your own eyes. And I feel like certain exoticals have like up to 4 to 5 beauty aesthetics going on all at once. Like, let's think of an example for Black China. You got to realize Black China alchemized herself. She metamorphosized off of her own exotical brand. Oh, I'm Black China with the dimples and the blunt bang bob long wigs. You know what I mean? And the hyper glamorized 2000s, early 90s fashion. That's what she came out with. You know what I mean? That's kind of what we've seen. And sometimes we've seen that 2016 and 17's makeup on her. But now, when we actually see her in real life now, Angela is so gorgeous. No one can say anything about Black China, because one thing I want to say, Black China is a prime example of an exotical using alchemy in order to benefit herself. And not only herself, but to revive and to regenerate her reputation. You've got to realize, in certain people's eyes, when Angela appeared, they were like, wow, this is Black China on steroids. Like, oh my God, like, this is amazing. And when I tell you, change your change your aesthetic up. See which aesthetic gives you the most pretty privilege. Even if you have to mix certain aesthetics together to get your desired result for pretty privilege. And one thing I realized is like when I have, this boss babe, you know, professional, you know what I mean, formal wear, athletic wear or hyper feminine bimbo wear or like flowy bohemian wear, like those type of aesthetics, like cottagecore and a little bit of like, sexy glamorous hyper feminine vampire type of vibe. Like that's when I get the most pretty privilege. Like I swear to God, when I put on my dark red lipstick on this beautiful light skin complexion, okay, light golden honey skin complexion, I tell you, I get doors open for me. I've had, like, you guys gotta realize, I've gone back to school. I'm going to school online. I can't wait till I graduate, guys. Cheers to me. Cheers to me going back to school. I have some wine right now, guys. I'm gonna have us a little wine and talk. Wink, wink. But, one thing I wanted to talk about when it came to beauty and something that had caught my eye is oh, thank you. I've been trying my best. When I tell you guys I've been juggling vacation and schoolwork. When I tell you I just rather be on a cruise and just like doing my online courses like poolside with a drink and some food. Like I really mean that. And then going to the spa for like a massage and a facial. Like y'all can't blame me. Y'all cannot blame me for trying to live my best life. But anyway, I digress. But same while on the sewing machine, then back rub. That's amazing. And another thing I want to say, I'm going to have to invest in a sewing machine. If anybody wants to buy the sewing machine off of my Amazon wish list, you are more than welcome. I welcome anyone to do that. I'm not forcing anyone to do that, but I welcome anyone to do that. And a huge shout out for the people who've been buying me stuff off of Amazon. Like, oh my God. Like, y'all have been coming in clutch. Like, someone bought me, like, this hair oil off of my Amazon wish list. And when I tell you guys my hair is longer, I could cry. But, when I tell you guys, I haven't reached my goal yet to get my hair down to my hips. Because I want my hair to my hips. Oh, yes. I won't say exactly who bought it for me, but they're in the live right now. I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody who has ever purchased anything off my Amazon wish list. I thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all been spoiling me, okay? Like crazy. And I appreciate y'all, because when it comes in the mail, I'd be surprised. I'm like, oh my God, this gift. I'd be feeling so special. Oh, thank you. I love you guys so much. So, something that is coming up, we will be resuming our book club, the open book club on here. I'll be doing chapter 1 tomorrow because I wanted to get into that because so many ladies had told me like, hey, I finally finished, all of your chapters for, hold on, what is the book called? Because I don't want to say it wrong. I know you guys really enjoyed that book series. You guys reached out to me so much about all the lives that I did on that one book series in particular. And I enjoyed reading you guys that book series. It was just so funny to, like, wake up in the morning and just read it to you. But I know you guys love it. But anyway, let's get into... I'm surprised that love the books you share, even if I catch up on the free vids at the moment. Yes, definitely. And if any of you guys want to join my Patreon, just go down in my posts, because I actually posted a whole link to my Patreon. If you guys want me to do that again, I'll do it again. But, Girl, Get Your Mind Right. Those were that's the book that I read. Girl, Get Your Mind Right. Oh my god, I fucking love that one. I think it's by Kiana. But anyway, we'll be resuming our brand new book. And it's going to be quite interesting. When I read it, I fell in love with it instantly, and I felt like this was going to be a perfect book for me to read and for everybody to follow along with. And it would be, intriguing, and it would keep everybody's curiosity. But overall, I wanted to tell you guys that beauty has a seductive and mysterious force on the psyche. You know what I mean? And it reveals its power through politics, marriage, fashion, beauty, healthcare. All these different dynamics that are intertwined in our everyday interactions. And I feel that being beautiful does give you an advantage. And a lot of unambiguous black women who are not in tune with their own beauty and who have not come up with their own source of internal validation within their own beauty standard and the way that they acquire their own beauty and sustain and maintain it. I feel like, there's not enough exoticals talking about how we are always preyed upon to become a black woman's muse. And I feel like a lot of exotical content creators don't talk about it enough, how black women will pedestalize mixed women, white women, Hispanic women, or any woman who tends to have this exotical beauty about them. And then they will be offended by women who are like that naturally, who are naturally beautiful in that way, coming in their presence, and they will feel like, wow, what makes her more worthy than me, instead of coming from a place of, this is what makes me beautiful and the way that I work is beautiful. I feel like I am so beautiful. And I've been recently working with Aphrodite, and I've just been romanticizing my life, taking care of myself, and like more money has just been coming into my life, left, right, front, and center. And I'm just like, yes, I need that financial abundance for me to like sustain my beauty. And that's why I want to let all exoticals know, even if you're a married woman like me, or if you're a single woman, it is very important for you to have your own money. Even if you're only making $500 a month, like doing little side hustles here and there. Like, you should have enough money to be able to take care of, like, your physical needs, you know what I mean? Your health. And it's very important for us to invest in the foods that we are eating. Like, that is a big thing. They like to take anyone in their plight and offended when they reject being their muse. And this is the thing. The black women who feel that they're the blueprint, they want to feel like they are our muses, every woman's muse, matter of fact, across all nationalities and ethnicities and cultural diasporas. They want to feel the best of the best, number one. And I feel like that is like the way that they're approaching it that is what is making them come in last place and what is making exoticals come in first place, because we have a silent strength as exoticals. We have a silent strength and we have a silent, subtle impact on people's psychological, makeup. Like, imagine walking into a space and someone acting out of order because they feel that you're more beautiful than them. When you can control how someone reacts, you have full power over them. You have full power of how they perceive themselves. And that's why it's important to always dress your best and always come into any environment feeling your best. Because when I feel my best and I look my best, I know I'm going to produce the best results. That is just how it goes for me personally. Other people cannot do that. Other women cannot understand that. I have made peace with my insecurities. My insecurities, well, the insecurities that I used to have, let me just say that, they don't trigger me anymore. Like, I find beauty within myself. And that is what makes me feel so happy. I feel so fulfilled and so satisfied. Like, if you if any of you guys understand this feeling, like when I pass the mirror and when I look at myself now, like, it kind of brings tears to my eyes, because it's like I used to not like how I used to look, and now that I actually like how the way I look, and I actually like the way that I am, and I like the way my voice sounds, and I like everything about myself. Like, I just have fallen so deeply in love with myself. I've embraced myself radically, and I realized all these negative thoughts that I had in the past, they were just words, you know what I mean, that I was repeating to myself, and that I can repeat something new to myself, and that I actually can see my worth, and I can actually see the priceless intrinsic value of myself. Excuse me, if that makes sense. Unambiguous black women are copycats, no originality. There's a big bag who says Filipinos are like them, the blacks, babe, or me as a mixed Filipina. We don't have the same reaction and don't associate with ratchetry. That is so true. And one thing I want to say is, this is my skin color, guys. So am I light skinned? Yes or no? Does anybody think I'm light skinned? Let's say yes or no in the comments, just so you guys can see. But anyway, someone said I wasn't light skinned at one point, and this is the thing. I've been getting a lot of emails, with people telling me that I ain't light skinned, and I got an issue with that, cause baby, I was born lighter than I am right now. But that's another thing that I wanted to say is, like, when your skin color changes throughout the year, like due to like being in the sun and stuff like that, like if you like going on hikes in nature like me, you're going to be exposed to the sun. And I just want to recommend oh, sorry guys. I just want to recommend a product, and I just want to say that Alba Organics, Alba Organics, that works really good for me. That SPF, it's like a 45 SPF, I think, and it's really good. Like, I don't get sunburnt or anything, but if I'm using an 80 SPF or anything higher, it works amazing. But just like just to give someone a recommendation, because I know someone asked previously, we don't have the same reaction, and I don't associate with ratchet. One thing I want to say about Filipinas, and this is somebody who has like Asian mixture as well. Like, you guys gotta realize, like, I have more Asian, European, indigenous, Hispanic, like Latin and Middle Eastern type of admixtures than like actual, black admixtures. And for people who want to know an update on Ancestry.com, Your girl is 8% Jamaican, okay? I'm 8% Jamaican, and I am 9% Haitian, alright? Just for those people who wanted to know, because I know someone was like, ha 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 ha, I knew you were Caribbean, I knew you were Caribbean. But anyway, another thing that I wanted to say about that, like a little life update in the mix. I know this rant is all over the place. I know this rant is all over the place. I know it is. But anyway, I know you guys love it. I am going to be learning French. Like, since I am French, like I'm mixed with French heritage, I want to learn French. Like, I'm going to learn French. And I'm also, like, going to learn how to speak patois. Because, like, if I'm Jamaican, like, if I'm 8% Jamaican, I might as well, like, you know what I mean? I might as well learn this motherfucking language. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Because my family has property in Jamaica, and that's something I never knew until this year. So, I'm getting my exotical tax. I'm getting my exotical tax. Another thing I want to say is look up if any of you guys have inheritances. You can actually look this shit up online too as well. That's how I found out online. And also through ancestry.com as well. You know, you can always be eligible for some type of inheritance. You never know. So you might as well look. Learn your roots. So this year I am dedicated to learning French, to learning patois, you know what I mean, a Jamaican dialect. And I even want to go on a cruise all the way to Jamaica. And I've even thought about, owning property in Jamaica. I feel like that would be so amazing. Owning property in Jamaica, having my own little garden, having a beautiful house with a pool. Like, that's amazing. And like the US dollar to Jamaican, currency ratio, it's fire, you know what I mean? Improving in French for career purposes. That's really nice. I love that, Rogue Vixen. And that's another thing that I thought as well. Like I could be an interpreter or a translator as well. And that's another thing that I feel like exoticals who grew up multilingual have an advantage over everybody, because learning all those languages, like all you have to do is sit on your ass and like speak some words. Let's be honest, like that's easy, you know what I mean? And you could be used in multiple scenarios for like, not only tourism, but also just like many different aspects as well. But as you guys have seen, I have debunked the myth that I am not light skinned. I am very light, and I am about to really use this shit to my fucking advantage, you know what I mean? True, at the moment I have English as dominant language, and second is local Filipino. That's beautiful, but that's good to know English, you know what I mean? This is the thing, girl. You could translate English for the Filipino people already. Do you see what I'm saying? Rogue Vixen is already a translator. She don't even know it. The girl, where are your services? Where are your services? Traveling interpreter. $1,500 per day. Listen, I am a diabolical exotical. Ooh. I know I probably have you cackling right now. Is it salamat? Salamat? I hope I'm saying it right. I'm trying to say the word too, you see? Now I'm trying to learn. De nada. Listen. I know just enough Spanish to get by. And do you know what is a shame? I was one of the top students in my Spanish teacher's class. And my Spanish teacher loved me so much to the point where she would bring me food. Like and that's another thing as well. Has any exotical Has any exotical ever gotten the preferred treatment of like teacher's pet or anything? Because I have always been like the teacher's pet. Like they have always like loved me like so much. Like I don't know. It's only when we had these unambiguous black women as substitute teachers where I ever had the hardest time. So I was like, oh my god. I'm only trying to ask a question, ma'am. Don't make my life hard. But some things that I've been noticing recently is people have been asking me my ethnicity. They don't even know if like I'm mixed with Asian. Some people ask me, am I Indian? And I'm like, I'm not from India. I'm not from India. I was the history teacher's pet actually, and in art, same thing. My art teacher, I was my art teacher's pet, and you got to realize he was an exotical man. He was biracial. He was Spanish and black. So his mother was actually from Spain, and his father was black. And his father was a brick mason, and he made different mosaics as well, and he did pottery. And his mother was, a biologist. And he just adored art, and he fell in love with art. But he was this very unique, creative, quirky, biracial, short, but like kind of heavy set man. And when I tell you, all types of unambiguous black women were on him. But he would literally like be rejecting like unambiguous black teachers in our faces. Like, oh, well, I have to go home and take care of my mother. Like that's how he would be. Like, but one thing I want to say is like having exotical adults growing up and other adults that are mixed race around you growing up who are secure in themselves and insecure in their identity, that is so important. And I feel like my art teacher really showed me how to embrace, embrace my beauty, my uniqueness, my creativity. Nice. What I found out, my previous professor was Phil American. He's an older gentleman, yet kind. That's another thing that I realized. A lot of older men who are mixed race are very kind towards me. And this is another thing. I want to tell you guys a story time while I'm live. So, once upon a time, oh my god, what am I going to call this person? Because I can't call them by their name. I'll call them by their nickname, Zazu. So don't laugh, guys. But he kind of looked like the character Zazu, but like a handsome MLS man. And when I tell you, this man was a Virgo. All right, I'm a little tipsy for this live, but anyway, I'm gonna spill the beans. So this man was my friend, and we hit the town one night, and he got me an Uber from my house, and we were just walking and exploring, you know what I mean? We were just exploring Los Angeles, and we went to Hollywood, where all the stars are, on the sidewalk, and he was like, "You're so beautiful. You need to be near the Marilyn Monroe one. Let me take a picture of you." So I stand near that. I stand near the little star, and as someone is passing by, like this group of guys, it's like a mixed group of guys. Like one guy's mixed, like one guy's Arabic, one guy's white, and I think like another guy's like Middle Eastern, but like he's like white passing, and like they all whistle at me and things of that nature. And I just like giggle. And I'm already tipsy at this point, but like he's my protector. And this is another thing I feel like that mixed women who meet other mixed people, like the mixed race men who have entered my life, they have always been protective over me. They've always been very brotherly over me. I've never had like a bad experience with a mixed race man, like if that makes sense. Like I've never had like mixed race men like judge me in a very toxic or negative lens, if that makes sense. Like, I've always had mixed race men come to my rescue. So, me and my friend Zazu, everywhere we're going, he's like, hey, do you want this? Do you want that? Like, just trying to take care of me. And I'm a Pisces, so we're opposites. And this is funny as fuck because we're opposites. Like, you know what I mean? Like on the zodiacal wheel. And it's just super funny. And he's just like pulling out all the stops. People are literally thinking that I am his girlfriend. But I am not his girlfriend at all. I'm like, oh no, this is like a friend of mine. Like, we're good friends. And then I tell him, like, I wish I was at the beach right now. Even though I'm in the city, I wish I was in the beach right now. I wish I could get in the water. Tell me why this man takes me to TJ Maxx in downtown LA and buys me a swimsuit and buys himself swimming trunks. And then we go up to this, like, rooftop hot tub that also has like this pool as well, because like in like Los Angeles, California, you can find a lot of, like, in the inner city, there's like rooftop or basement, pools and hot tubs. But anyway, I digress. And his other friend lives at this apartment, at this apartment complex in this place where she has a penthouse there, and she's like sharing this penthouse with her other friend. And she is a dark-skinned exotical. And when he introduced her to me, he was like, this is the beautiful, lovely, the madame. I won't say my name, but he said the madame, So. And I was like, oh, thank you, And not only, this is one thing I want to say, dark-skinned exoticals that are secure within themselves, they do not have a problem about boasting about their other exotical friends or helping their exotical friends or going out of their way to support their exotical friends. And I have always supported any of my dark-skinned exotical friends. It doesn't matter who they are, what their background is, whatever is going on in their life. I don't judge them. They don't judge me. And that is exotical solidarity. I'm sorry, like, this designer chair is squeaking. It's designer, but it's squeaking. That's one thing they should have said about this one. But anyway, you know how it goes with certain things. It's cool in theory, but until they make it. But anyway, it was so crazy how he went out of his way, to make me feel comfortable, make me feel happy. And he even purchased some Mary Jane for me, and also, a really cool glass pipe, like a glass pipe that was like super cool. Like, and I wanted it. I was like, this is so cool. And he was like, okay, you can get it. And he paid it for me, like, right on the spot. And that's when I realized, like, even if I am friends with MLS, biracial, multiracial, or mixed race men in general, I am going to have a blast. And I don't know if that's just my self-concept materializing before my eyes, or some type of aura that I'm giving off that's making people want to do that for me. But I feel like people always serve me hand and foot. Like, if it's other exotical people, they're always serving me, like, and I'm always being like, it's not like I'm asking for it. It's like I just show up, I'm loving, I'm kind, and I'm generous in my own way as well. And I feel like it is just deeply appreciated. I feel like other exotical people appreciate me, and they see me for who I am, and, they genuinely love me. But, oh, one thing I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, this is like the darkest that I tan. So, who would you say skin tone I look like? Would you say I look like Ice Spice with a tan now? Or what celebrity would you think that my skin tone emulates? I just wanted to ask the people in the comments who know. But other than that, this is my skin tone. And this is my tan, guys, Let me show one of my hands, like, yeah. So that's like my skin tone. For the people who were saying that I wasn't light skinned, joke's on you guys. But anyway, I wanted to talk about how. Oh, Ice Spice. Oh, thank you. Like, someone once told me that I look like, what is her name? Oh my god. I look like. I know what her name is. Her name is Kravitz. It's Lenny Kravitz's daughter. They said I look like Lenny Kravitz's daughter's skin tone, complexion. They said I actually look like her. And I was like, wow, I can't see it, but okay. But anyway, I wanted to talk about an exotical that might shock you guys, but I watched a movie with her in it, and it's called Pretty Stoned. So if you guys want to see a beautiful monoracial or MGM, I don't know if she's an MGM, like a multi-generational exotical or a monoracial exotical, but her name is Pretty V, and she is so gorgeous. And one thing I realized when it came to Pretty V, there were a lot of unambiguous black women who were hating on her, and it surprised me like crazy because I was like, well, Pretty V, you know what I mean? She would most likely, claim herself as black. But overall, other black women were saying that, she looks mixed race, you know what I mean? She doesn't look fully black, even though she had features, you know, that would be presumably black or would be black identified. They naturally dismissed her. And it really opened my eyes that if you're in your winter shade or you're in your summertime shade or whatever shade that is lighter than what people are naturally seeing you in or what they're comfortable with you in, and that's another thing. I realized certain friendships were based on my skin complexion being more tan than others, and I realized that I didn't make certain people feel comfortable with me being light skinned, even though I was nice, even though I was welcoming and kind and friendly. And that's when I realized that it was time for me to be assertive and for just to me to be my authentic self instead of just, waiting on the approval of these people that I so called really wanted, their validation. But honestly, when I really think about it, and I think about all my experiences that I've had since like adolescence, teenage years to now, I've realized that when I don't have my tan, people naturally go above and beyond and out their way for me. Like, when I'm at my lightest, people think that I am the most attractive, and I think it is because they can see my features more and that my features are more striking. When I am of more of my natural born complexion. And another thing I want to let you guys